Well, it might be chilly outside, but you'll be able to stay nice and warm all season long with some delicious winter soups.
Chef Julie Hartigan joins us this morning with some recipes that you and your family will be slurping every last spoonful.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. It's the perfect time of year to make soups, right? It's so cozy. We have the long weekend, and I have some really easy ones today. I have a 10-minute chicken tortilla soup that is perfect for families.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Love it.
Wait
Love.
to show you. And then I've got some like secret soup tips. I've developed over 30 different soup recipes, so I've got lots of little like fun hacks and tips. So we're going to get started with the chicken tortilla soup.
Let's do it.
I started out, I got a head start. I just sauteed some onions in the pan. I mean, that's kind of like always the start to deliciousness, right? Next, what you're going to do is add a little bit of garlic to it. So this is kind of like nachos in a bowl, I describe this soup. It's really healthy and hearty, and it uses pantry staples. And by the way, if people at home wonder what this guy is, it helps you mince garlic so quickly, so it makes things a lot speedier.
Nutmeg too, right?
This is actually ancho chili powder, which is going to give it some nice kick and spice. You could use chipotle chili powder or regular, whatever you like. And then we're just going to add some things that you might already have at home on hand. And
whatever's in the fridge and the pantry.
Well, honestly, I'm a big fan of pantry staples. So we've done our onion, our garlic, our spices. I'm going to add some black beans. I always rinse and drain them first. Keeping beans on hand is just a great way to be able to whip up like really healthy dinners
nice and
in no
filling.
time. Then a can of diced tomatoes. You could also do fire roasted tomatoes if you wanted more of a kick. You could do the one with the chilies. Then you add some chicken broth. Again, all of these things are shelf staples, so you can keep them around. I mean, weeknights are so busy, right? Who has time to be like hitting the grocery store every night?
And it's one dish.
Exactly. Oh my gosh,
Right?
That's the best thing about soups too. Then I've got some pre-cooked chicken, and what I often tell people to do is just pick up a rotisserie chicken and shred it. You don't need to be,
So
you know,
easy.
weeknights are really busy. So once you've combined everything in the pot, we're just going to bring it to a little simmer. And that is it. We've made our chicken tortilla soup. So do you see how it can be done in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Amazing. So I'm all about easy recipes, and this is actually one. I have a really cool free recipe book on my website right now. It's 10 healthy recipes in 20 minutes or less at cookingwjulie.com, just for viewers to grab that. There's recipes in there. So what I've done here, I've topped it with tortilla chips, avocado. The other tip and trick for this soup, always finish your soups with a little bit of citrus. So I'm going to do lime here because it's got like a little Mexican flair to it. It gives it a brightness and a little bit of a lift. If this was a regular chicken soup, you could do lemon juice in
Just
it.
gives it
So it's
that
like a
extra little
chef tip.
tang, right?
It does.
And
It
I like that
brightens
you
it
add
up.
the cilantro too.
Definitely. And then what I've got here are 2 other soups. So some really quick tips for people to make healthy, rich, delicious, lightened up soups. These are key. It's called an immersion blender.
Have one. Love it.
Love these, right? So for viewers at home who haven't used these, they go right into the pot like this. So you can puree any veggies. You can cook with frozen veggies this way. They're just
Start
as
off on the
healthy
low
as
setting
fresh.
though, because otherwise it just
If you don't have that thing immersed all the way in, it's going to like whirlpool all over you. And the trick with this soup, this is a spring pea soup. It's a little burst of springtime for us today. You could puree, this soup has silken tofu in it. For those in your life who are dairy-free, you won't taste it. It blends in, nobody can guess, or a Greek yogurt. And then my final soup tip over here, this is a tandoori roasted cauliflower soup. It is so delicious. It's made with pureed cauliflower for the base. And my top tip, add a roasted veggie component to your soup. So this is just some cauliflower that I roasted with curry powder. When you add that into your soup at the end, it adds richness and depth, and it makes it hearty like a stew. You could add sweet potatoes, roasted butternut squash. There are so many different possibilities.
Yummy.
These are great. And this is something you can store for a week or freeze or...
Absolutely. It's such a good way to eat healthfully. You know, you whip up a big pot of soup over the weekend, and then you can portion it off for lunches or freeze half. You know, you get bored after a while. You freeze half, you can save it for a later date. So, yeah, and I share lots of great recipes. Hello.
Hello.
I share lots of recipes like this on my Instagram, too, so people should follow me at cookingwjulie for more great recipes and
I do
tips like
find that
this.
soup tastes better the day after, though, because I think
I agree.
I think that the flavor is all just kind of merged together, right?
What's cool with this one and the trick is that this ancho chili powder really does give it some depth in the lemon juice or the lime juice. So you're kind of like tricking your taste buds into thinking that it's this long simmered stew. It's kind of got like a chili flair to it.
Nice.
So as we wait spring and still have a few more weeks of winter,
This is
we
like
can
a
get
little
this. Yeah, I love
pretend
it.
with the spring pea soup for a little while.
Love it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.